Well, folks, it's the 100th episode of And That's Why We're Not Together.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday
100.
to you.
Daniel, how do you feel?
Amazing.
Oh, to you, and that's why we're not together.
Yes.
To you. Happy birthday to us. Happy birthday to us. 100th episode. Happy birthday. And that's why we're not together.
Yeah.
Happy birthday to you.
Congratulations, Daniel. Congratulations, Hannah, who is not here. She's off with her boyfriend fornicating. It's such a word, isn't it, for having sex? Fornication, having a congress with the opposite sex. And Jack, of course, is in Amsterdam. Yeah, drama happening with him. We'll call him in a few minutes. I said to Daniel, what's happening in the news today? Oh, but yeah, 100th episode, by the way, Daniel. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's pretty cool, isn't it? We made it somehow.
Yeah, we made it 100 episodes. Now, I did invite Willa White and Eric Lawler for this episode.
Yeah.
And as you can see, they're not here.
And that's why we're not together.
And that's why we're not together. But maybe in the new year. But it'd be good to talk to Willa because he's a funny bloke and he tells funny stories. And Eric was they do a great podcast at the moment called You Must Be Joking. So anyway, so we'll have them on in the new year, or maybe I'll do their podcast, or maybe I won't. Maybe they don't want to do my boy. Who knows?
Did they give you a reason why they didn't come, or?
Yeah, people say, "Oh, I'm busy." That's the other thing. To quote my good friend Karl Lagerfeld, busy people can do everything. They have time to do everything they want to do. And it's so true. If you want to do something, you'll always find time. And busy people, busy. I don't like, there's something about that word. Well, I think
it's the perfect excuse though, isn't it?
Yeah, but no, but I when people start saying, when you meet people and they just go, "Are you busy?" It's such a word. It's such a phrase. Are you busy? Well, where now? When? I'm out the door. I'm up to my eyes. I've got so much stuff to do. That it's just right there. So I have to do each. It's up to me. It's up to my neck. I'm up to my neck in problems. I'm up to my nipples. I'm actually only up to my ankles. I'm only up to my ankles. I'm not busy. No, I'm not busy. And and up until this point, you asked me, "Am I busy?" I hadn't been thinking about how unsuccessful and how much of a failure I am. And here I am now in front of you. No, I'm not busy. Are you busy? Are you a busy bee? Bzz, busy bee.
Yeah, it's quite a loaded question, actually, when you think about it.
Busy bee, like busy bee. Bees are trying to stay alive. They're desperate to create honey, I guess, to feed the next generation. Which I suppose, Anyway, look. What were we talking about? Oh yeah, so 100th episode, and actually, I did a thing today called 5K with Chris. Do you know what that is?
Did you do like a 5K run or something?
No, but do you know what I'm talking about?
I'm not sure.
So this guy called Chris, don't know his second name. He was a personal trainer. Now he came up with this idea whereby he runs with people, takes them on a 5K run and interviews them and asks them how they got to where they are and what adversities they had to go through to get there.
Yeah.
But and it's supposed to be 5K with Chris. Now I'm not going to be running fucking 5K, but I liked him. It's a very good format, and I think he's going to. It's in a very short space of time. Excuse me, I've got an itchy nose for some reason. In a very short space of time, he's got 140,000 followers on Instagram, which is very good, and he runs and chats to people. But it's quite difficult to run and talk at the same time, So I just ran up the canal a bit and ran down. And he's holding the camera, so, but I hope... Anyway, he's a nice guy. Daniel, are you breathing very heavily with your nose? I do it as well. I find it quite annoying.
Well, can you hear it?
Anyway, it doesn't matter.
I can't hear it.
I know. So I did that today, and then we did an audition. I'm doing these self tapes, right? I'm doing these self tapes, but it's so funny. Like for instance, you know, like when and I'm sure I've said this before. Like when you're talking to somebody, you know, I'm not thinking about the words I'm saying. I'm trying to convince you of something. I'm trying to deny something. I'm trying to, you know, I'm not thinking about the words, and it all flows naturally. And you don't think about it. It's unconscious. It's like walking. But then suddenly, when you have to learn words, you know, here's the first. So I wonder, can I even say the sentence? It doesn't matter. Nobody'd know.
I don't know. If
Well, it doesn't matter. Susan, I've lost my keys. You know. So, you know, when you're saying it after reading it and remembering it, Susan, because normally you go, Susan, yeah, I've lost my key. I've lost my keys. I don't know. It's just you have to. I guess any actor, they always say you have to learn the words, overlearn them, so they're just so in that you're not thinking about them. Because if you think about the words that you're saying, you'll suddenly be talking like you're thinking about the words, and you're all you sound like you're out of key, like you're out of tune. You sound like when Hannah singing.
Yeah, I mean, you're meant to be thinking about
the thing that you're trying to convey.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, or just whatever the topic is in the scene, or.
You know, like say, now you people better keep quiet or something. But, you know, you people, no, you know, because you, if you were saying that in real life, you people better, hey, you know, because you're really trying to convey, you're not thinking about the words. Yeah. But then the words kind of make you kind of myopic and blind.
Yeah.
Because you're trying, it's not about the words. Actually, as I'm saying that,
because when the words become second nature, you're not thinking about them, so you're just the tonality and the emotion and all that comes out, I think.
Okay, right, yeah. And actually, as I'm saying this to you, Daniel, and I keep on forgetting this, you know, break down the script. Okay, so what is the guy, the character? What's he trying to get across? Or is he trying to control the situation? Is he trying to keep people quiet? Is he trying to, you know, have a dig at someone there? Is he confused? Okay, so confusion. So that's what you're trying to say.
Yeah.
So the words, forget about that.
Like, I mean, you can also consider like what a character would be motivated by in a scene as well. Like what they all want a resolution, like, you know, to the situation or whatever, you know. Yeah. So. I mean...
Didn't I just say that?
Yeah, I know. But I'm just...
You mansplaining.
No. I don't know. That's just what came into my head as I was thinking it. But, like, for instance, like, you know, in the scene where it said, like, I want to go to lunch.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like, that's what I think the character wants.
Oh, very good. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah, so like this is all a preamble to, you know, blah 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 blah. Because basically, I want to go to lunch. But how do you like? So I want to go to lunch, for instance. You know, fuck all this. You know, I want to go to lunch.
Yeah.
You know, so it's that's right. So yeah, you're right. So if you're learning the words and you say I want to go to lunch because I want to go to lunch. Well, that's just you're totally dismissing the whole point of where this guy's intention is. That's what the whole sentence or whole paragraph or this area of the script is about. So he really wants to, because you know, but you can also be understated and say it as well. Because I want to go to lunch.
Yeah.
Okay. But anyway, there you go, folks. I mean, you know, and I've done a lot of these self tapes. I've done a lot of them, Daniel, and you've helped me with a lot of them. And, you know, I haven't got any.
Well, no, you've got roles here and there before.
No, but a few years ago. But I haven't had any in a long time.
Long time? What, 2 years or something?
Yeah.
2 years. Has it been?
I can't remember, but probably.
Okay.
And thank God my livelihood doesn't depend on getting these. Oh no, I did that thing with Kieran, didn't I? Earlier this year.
Oh yeah, yeah.
What was that thing? Hard Acres.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I didn't even. I couldn't look.
Yeah, I was trying to remember. There was something you did. Yeah, that was it. Yeah.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
I was in a thing called, and then before that, I was in Last One Laughing, and the less said about that, the better. Last One Laughing, Jesus. I met Martin Angolo there the other night. I really like Martin. He's very funny, makes me laugh. And me and him were in Last One Laughing, and the two of us were walking around like fucking goldfish by the end of it, just trying not to laugh, but not competing or not making each other laugh, you know, and totally defeats the whole purpose of it, that you really have to make it. And so what if you fucking laugh? At least you're playing the game. But instead, I was like a little selfish bitch walking around the...
Well, the hypnotizing thing was probably what let you down. I mean... Some
people don't believe hypnotism is working. I'm going to do a name drop. I was talking to Caleb Landry Jones.
Ooh.
And he's a very established actor. Very good actor. He was in a Luc Besson movie called Dogman. And also he was in an incredible film about this insane guy from Australia. Anyway, the film was called Nitram. Anyway, I was telling Caleb about being hypnotized, and he reckons it doesn't work. But then how would he know? Has he been hypnotized?
Okay.
I think that was just me trying to name drop.
Okay.
I'd like to go over and visit Caleb in Los Angeles.
Oh yeah, I think I remember seeing him in X-Men.
Caleb?
Yeah, yeah.
Was he in X-Men?
Apparently so, yeah.
What do you mean apparently?
Well, that's what it says here on his credits. Yeah.
And what was he playing in X-Men? But what's interesting about Caleb, I think genuinely he's one of
Banshee or something.
I think he's one of the best actors around in the world at the moment. But like, to talk to him, he's not like those actors who are just so sort of affected and self-aware, very down to earth, quite sort of goofy in a way and silly, and it's very refreshing. So you see these other actors. There was that interview. What was the thing called, Wicked or something? And those two actresses. Yeah. Jesus Christ. What they've been on? It's been
one of them, Ariana Grande,
and this other one, and they are bonkers. The two of them, like they behave like they're from a different planet altogether, and they're so empathetic, and they're just like, oh my God, really? Like the two of them are. Like they look like they're in a psychiatric hospital, or they look like they're playing. Well, they are playing a role, but that's what I mean by affected. So anyway, and the reason I know Caleb is because we were in a film together where I had a much smaller role than him, obviously, called The Forgiven. Okay?
Nice.
I asked Daniel what's happening in the news, and he said that in South Korea martial law was declared or temporarily, but then revoked. Yeah. And then I was trying to find out what reason did the president in South Korea declare martial law, and apparently there's forces within South Korea who are trying to align themselves with North Korea. I don't know, that's crazy.
Yeah.
But then it did make me realize that Vladimir Putin, the president of Russia, is seeking help from North Korea, and how fucked you must be as a country if you're trying to get support militarily from North Korea, because that is a seriously that's a serious dictatorship. What a horrible atmosphere to have to live in for those poor North Koreans.
One of his only allies. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, I can't see. It's such an anomaly, that country, North Korea. Now, I'm not talking about North Korean people. I'm talking about the framework whereby everybody is scared out of their wits and afraid and full of fear and so compliant, and the threat of violence is just hanging over you all the time. That's why whenever you see clips of North Korea, I mean, literally they look robot.
Yeah.
Come on, guys. But anyway, there you
go. Those arranged ceremonies or whatever. Yeah. what's the dictator's name? Kim Jong Un.
Kim Jong Jr. Kim Jong Jr. And I also, I thought to myself as well, like if you think about these wars that are happening and all the people that have to go to the wars, they're usually young men, right? A lot of women as well, I'm sure, you know what I mean? But I don't know about, the front lines and fighting and all that. But like it's all, well, although in Ukraine, I don't know, the age of conscripts is going up because they're running out of younger conscripts. But like, does anybody actually want a war? Like, who wants war? Most people, the vast majority of the world wants nothing to do. They just want to live peacefully, grow their vegetables, try to create a bit of wealth for themselves, look after their kids. So, there's a small, tiny amount of people that seem to get us into situations or want to control things or whatever, or want to hang on to power. And then they use patriotism and nationalism to take advantage of young people. Your country needs you. And these young kids, like it's so sad. Like on all sides of all conflicts, young people, just being brainwashed and influenced, and they go into war. And I don't know. I mean, I've seen documentaries of war, and it's like human beings should be nowhere near. It's so dangerous, and it's, metal flying around the place and shrapnel, and it's like a meat grinder. But it would be great to start a movement. I mean, I'm thinking back to 1985 when Bob Geldof came up with this thing called Live Aid. And for a moment in world history, everybody thought we could actually end poverty or end hunger. And I know nowadays that seems much further out of reach, or not as far out of reach as it has done. But we actually thought, oh, we can do this. If the whole world rallies together, Daniel.
Yes.
If the whole world rallies together, we can actually end world hunger. And it would be great if somehow we could just end wars. We could all just say, well, no, actually, like if the majority of people just drop their weapons and just drop their things and whatever, and just said, no, listen, go on. And just everybody just fell away from the actual people who want war. If everybody who's just obeying orders, just peeled away, fell away, what would be left? I don't know, a couple of generals and just Putin. And then there you go. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you join us.
I mean, yeah, it would be interesting if, if humanity could, band together and sort of solve its problems. But
nowadays it's more possible than ever. Can't we have an app? Like we had,
Yeah, no, it would be cool. It'd be amazing. Like
an app.
It's just so many people are just concerned about their own lives. As opposed to, But I think the majority of us would want something like that, like a peaceful coexistence.
Yeah.
But
I know people.
It's just the way it's run. It's such like a web of systems and things that have just been put in place, and it's just controlling us, really.
And we are. I am controllable. I am controllable. I am compliant. I happily got jabbed with the COVID anti-vaccine thing.
Yeah.
Hannah was very against it.
Yeah, I didn't get jabbed.
Yeah. Are you glad you didn't?
Yeah, I am glad. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I don't know. I mean, I never caught it really. I don't think I did. So
yeah. And you're so young that But the people at the time would have said, "Well, you're a spreader. Then you're carrying the thing."
Actually, I mean, I never really advertised it to people like I was proud of it.
But
But I just. Yeah. No, I don't. I think as time went on, people were less kind of
convinced about the whole narrative.
Yeah. So
but Hannah wasn't. Well, Hannah and other people like her were, the dissenting voices. People, they were made to look like they were mad or something. But I always admired. Well, I admired Hannah so much. I just went along with it. You know what I mean? But she had read a lot of stuff, and she didn't want you guys to take it, and to me it was just that maternal instinct waking up in Hannah, and she was just protecting her boys. And if anybody, we talk about power, the power of the mother's love for their children is greater than an atomic bomb. It's greater than an atomic bomb. Okay, that's it. That's all we have to talk about. 100th episode.
Really? Yeah. Is
No.
that it?
Oh yeah, we'll give Jackie. We're going to hear some updates from Mbappe. Hello, Jack.
Hallo, alles goed?
The stress.
All is good, man.
So, Jack,
Alles goed, man.
welcome to the 100th episode of And That's Why. And that's why we're not together. Happy birthday to us. Yes, we've been talking about South Korea declaring martial law. We've been talking about the desperation of Putin having to align himself militarily with North Korea. We've been talking about self-taping and the difficulty of saying words which shouldn't be difficult at all.
Check, especially for you.
Ouch.
Oh.
So where are you now, Jack?
Oh. I just by a canal because I was cycling cold, so I'm just sitting here beside a canal.
Or as they say in Amsterdam, canal.
Canal, exactly.
The canal.
Yeah.
Yes, Jack, you were talking about that it's the friction in the house where you're living and the sort of between your housemates, and there's a sort of a clique, and you feel a bit ostracized from them. Why are you laughing, Dan?
Yes.
I don't know. It seems serious when you say ostracized. Like,
Well,
Yeah, I feel like, what I feel like? I remember watching a documentary about macaques, I think, in Japan.
Yes.
And basically, they live in the snowy mountains of Japan, and there's a hot spring.
Yes.
And only the alpha males who breed with the females can actually go into the hot spring.
Yeah.
But the ostracized are left to freeze in the cold forests of the Japanese highlands. So in that way, I feel a sense of companionship, belonging to that group.
So you feel like you're freezing on the side of a mountain. But look, here's the thing. In
dramatically
in small communities, like if you were ostracized, it meant kind of you were in big trouble. Like sending to Coventry. But it's not nice. It's almost like your personhood is not being acknowledged to a degree. And you see those people when they meet them. Hi, hey, how you doing? And then when you walk in, it's just like, hello, Jack. And for me as your father, because I know I've seen you up close. I know what a beautiful person you are.
But you are biased at the same time.
Well, no,
so
I'm not.
We do have to take that into account.
Well, I'm not biased. I know people. I know people. I know people. You know what I mean? So I find it like, what is going on? And then part of me, like the sort of, what's that Goodfellas part of me, the little mafioso. I feel like going over there and grabbing those little fuckers by the scruffs of their neck, and just putting their head on the floor and going, hey, how you doing? Yeah, you see my son Jack? Yeah, you're going to make a special effort. Oh, I'm sorry. I just all right. You fucking piece of shit. And smacking them around. So but that's not the way to do it. But anyway, it's I mean, at any point were they friendly to you? They are friendly.
But I mean, they are friendly. I'm kind of framing it in a dramatic way, but it's not the case really. They are friendly, but it's just like, because I think the four of them, it's quite a big house as well, but it's like the four of them have kind of similar interests, simimer way of talking, similar way of speaking, and maybe I'm just like this.
sorry. No, I'm going to cut that out.
No. And maybe I'm just a bit of an oaf.
No.
Who likes to watch football.
No.
And when my girlfriend was over, they kind of said like that she was like kind of almost a housewife, because one time they saw her, she prepared a steak for me, but like I cook for her as well. but so maybe they
No,
have
but
a view
it's
that
so
I'm
they're so gross that little kind of those little Trinity fuckers, and they try and present themselves that they're so advanced, so ahead of society and humanity, and they're the exact opposite. They're just big troughs of defective, jealousy and rudeness, and God damn them.
But no, it's more like I don't really feel that strongly. Like,
I feel strongly.
as you just described.
Well, I feel strongly
at all. I think they're nice people and everything like that. But it's just like, when it's like, when there's no one kind of on your wavelength, and it's kind of almost like, you just kind of, it is just a slightly like, you don't want to talk, but at the same time, it's fine, really. Like, they actually are friendly, so it's not like an issue. It's not like, but it's just like the effort comes from one side more. It comes from me in terms of like communicating conversations and everything.
Okay, well, I think you're trying to diminish it a little bit. I just think they're rude. But anyway, you've only got 2 weeks left. Today you were in the library. You were telling me earlier on, and you were hanging out with your friend, and you went into this place that was a group study area, and some guy was sleeping, had his head on the desk. And then he said, did you book this place? And anyway, you got into a bit of a sort of verbal altercation with this guy. And I reckon, and you were saying that it's probably the frustration of the hassle of or whatever, the mind fuck, the gaslighting going on in the house you're living in. And then, you just let it out on this fucker. See, that's the problem. When you're living with people, or when you're with your neighbors, you can't really tell them to fuck off, because you see them every day.
Yeah.
So
so that's it. But I could tell him to fuck up.
No. But the point is, so this guy.
Whenever I see him next, I'm gonna apologize.
Oh Jesus, this is your MO now. Jack walks in, fuck off. Then the next day, hey buddy, sorry, man, I got a bit heavy. And first of all, you're not a crime boss.
Got a bit heavy.
Jack's modus operandi.
Yeah, he's not a crime boss. He's walking around. Do you remember his first day?
Jack's MO,
like a silverback gorilla.
No, it's isolated incident. That's
okay.
There's no consistency. There's no like linkage of incidents.
This sounds like a serial killer justifying his occasion.
He's got no priors, Your Honor.
He's got no priors, Your Honor. Listen, Jack, this is not you. And if somebody's being an arsehole, you don't have to mimic their arseholeness.
But I said to you, I understood the reason why I kind of was like that, and
I think you were with a. I think you were with a girl and you were showing off. That's what you were doing. You were showing off.
No.
You were being a little fecker.
What did she say?
Daniel's laughing his head off. What did she say, the girl that you were with?
She was like, she thought it was crazy as well that he was like that, but she was like, wait, calmer. So like, we kind of left the room, and then she was like, you didn't really have to do that. And I was like, I know, but he just really pissed me off.
And where's she from?
And then you're kind of outside the room, and you're like, oh yeah, that was I got lost it in there. It's like the instant realization, like, oh yeah, that's.
Where was that guy from that was being a total dick to you? Where was he from?
Well, I don't know. I didn't ask him.
Oh right,
was
he from? Yeah. But not that it matters really. Why would I even ask that question? Wait a sec, I forgive myself. Let's move on. But anyway, so you, and were you going like, you fucking fuck off? Was it at that level?
Well, I was just kind of saying like I was just gonna say, like I was angry, but I wasn't like shouting. I was more like, "You're a fucking prick."
Oh Christ! Okay, yeah, okay, you were a fucking. Look. Here's the thing.
But it was, it was more like, like you don't own the place. That's what I say. You don't own the place. It's not your place. You can. But I should have just been like if I could rewind, I would just be like, "Oh yeah, I hear you. Okay, yeah, well, okay."
Well, listen,
and then just continued,
no,
and just continued on, you know,
Jack,
because that would have been better, just not engaging. So.
I hear you're frustrated. I know it's a pain, but we need a place to study. This is a group study area, and genuinely, you seem like a good bloke. But if you do have a problem with us being here, go to the administrative section, the people who run the thing. Maybe talk to them and see what they think. Although that is quite passive aggressive.
But also, But as
I'm saying it to this imaginary guy. As I'm saying it to this imaginary guy, I'm getting angry with him. I'm going, look, you fucking pint of piss.
See?
Listen, you fucking pint. You were sleeping in the fucking room, you cunt.
That's the whole thing. The guy was sleeping in the room.
Okay, yeah, but
and he's going like that. And it's just like, it was just like, oh yeah.
Yeah, but I'm your father. I don't want you to get into a physical altercation.
I know.
I don't want you to get.
Well, listen. The weird thing is before that whole day, I was having a really nice day, you know, and I was like, you know, good work, you know, to everyone, like, how are you? And then, I don't know, and then, yeah, I don't know. It's just
well. Listen, it is college.
Instant,
switched it. Listen to this guy. Switched in an instant. Daniel switched in an instant. Who is this person?
No,
listen.
The fact that the day was nice,
Norman
and then all
Bates,
of a sudden,
yeah, Norman Bates over here. Hey, listen.
Who's Norman Bates?
Norman Bates is from Psycho. V. He's Alfred Hitchcock's Psycho. Listen, Norman Bates. He's walking around like all the people in college. Be careful of that guy. He can switch in an instant. Listen, Jack. Listen, you're not switching anything in an instant.
No, I didn't say I did. I didn't say I did.
The day did.
I meant like the day. The day.
Okay.
Is kind of...
Okay, son. But look, I remember when I used to busk in Copenhagen. Like, you know, the Danes were so rational. Like, if you said something stupid, they kind of, well, that's nothing to do with me. I know I'm Danish and I'm fine. I'm very cool. I've got my thing. So I'm not going to take on board that emotion. And, you know, like we are kind of, I don't know about Amsterdam, but in Ireland, we're sort of very connected to each other's heads. And you can't say that. I can. No. You know, just let people. So if this guy is being a douche, you don't have to match his doucheness. You can just kind of.
I agree 100%.
Because lessons.
I think in reality though, I'm better than that at that than you.
Yes, you know? That's what I. That's why. You know? That's why. That's so. That's
but I'm kind of saying it as a way, like, you know, it can, you know. Sometimes you lose your temper, you know.
That's why I'm saying it, Jack.
I never lose my temper, but sometimes it happens. And, you know, as you say, I forgive myself.
Yes, that's why I'm saying it, Jack, because I've seen you being able to walk into a room and just read the place, and you know to pitch yourself and how to talk to people. And whereas, you know, anyway, don't talk about me, but so with you, you know, yeah. But it is a funny one. I'd love to do a Groundhog Day on that situation. And the funny thing is, you'd be doing it 100 times, but the guy is such a fucking dick. It would always end up with you. Fuck off! You know, Groundhog Day, the 100th time. Cunt! 100, 200 time. Cunt! Smashes it. No, but he does sound. But it's amazing though that people. Okay, so basically the situation
but then when I was talking to him, I was just looking at his eyes and I was thinking there's a disconnect here. And
oh yeah,
and I was like, I don't know, maybe it was just me at the time. But
anyway, look,
I couldn't understand him. He couldn't understand me.
But it's amazing, isn't it? Like you've got a group study area. This guy is sleeping. And he says, hey, what are you guys doing? Well, we're studying. What are you doing? Yeah, but you're upsetting my sleep. Well, then go and sleep somewhere else, you dopey cunt. And then the girl sitting next to you, Jack, stop it! Can't we all just live in a forest of loveliness? Why you make such anger?
But then she went back in.
Oh.
And she said, hey, I read the notice board and it says you can talk in this room, because he was saying you guys are talking.
Oh, right, go on.
It's like, this is a room for talking.
And what did he say to that?
Because this is a group study. And he started kind of apparently going a bit more like, and then she's like, why are you shouting at me? I'm not shouting at you. And then he goes, I'm not shouting at you. So that was funny. He kind of did that thing where he had to like, calm myself down and go. I'm
Well,
not shouting
I'm
at
very
you.
impressed with that girl, I have to say.
Yeah, she
is
was
fucking.
She did a much better. Yeah.
She's got a bit of balls on her. You know, she goes back into the room calmly. No, not that. Listen, I'm impressed with everyone. I'm just saying that she's good. Speaking of being speaking of being impressed with people, Daniel, Jack. So there's a big protest going on in Georgia at the moment because the majority of Georgians want to be part of Europe. That seems to be a fact.
Oh, yeah.
Now, I'm sure there's lots of left-wing types in this country who would argue with that. In the same way they think that Ukraine, it's just a proxy war. I think the majority of Ukrainians want to be part of Europe, don't they? Want to be part of NATO? Would we say that's the truth?
I think so.
Yeah. I mean, if you're going into it, parts of Eastern Ukraine, parts of Western Ukraine, but I would say
right. But okay,
yeah,
so
I would say yes. I would say yes with caveats. You know.
Okay, yes with caveats. Well, in other words, if Ireland, if Britain were invading Ireland and we got help from the United States, I'd be very fucking grateful for the ammunition and weapons they supplied. But maybe they would say, "Oh, it's a proxy war." Well, sometimes we
actually. Sorry. I just want to clarify what I said. That's not true. Everyone who considers themselves Ukrainian, yes. I would say they would.
So anyway, but I saw
yes.
I saw this woman because we were talking about it, and she's there in Tbilisi, and there's this big row of riot police with their big batons and big shields, and this woman is so brave, and she's standing in front of them all, walks toward them, and just jumps into the wall of cops. Now, risking everything. No, but I know it's funny because it is.
It's just a funny image that she's just like rugby kind of like.
Yeah, but I mean, but I'm saying, you know, like these, you know, she's not hiding behind a fake name on TikTok. You know, user 502. You're a shite. You're the cunt. You know this. You know, people go on about virtue signaling. This, it kind of was quite emotional just looking at how brave the courageousness, fighting for the existence of their right for their own destiny. It's incredible. But that's where it's got. But like I was saying, it's terrible that we have to have these. Why do we have to have fights? Why do we have to have confrontations? And me and Daniel were talking about, like, actually, if you actually created an app whereby people who wanted war thought it was a good thing, you know, and then people who didn't. As I said, the majority of the world doesn't want war. So all these soldiers, policemen, they drop their weapons, and it all peels away. And then it revealed are the small, tiny, militant group of people who want war. It would be a very small group of people.
Yeah.
Why can't they fight it in a small area of land?
They'll fight it in a UFC style fight. Like,
yeah.
In a sad way, that is already kind of happening, where, you know, militaries fight, but not at home. They fight
in Syria,
you know,
and
you know, there's certain areas of the world where there's violence, and, you know, like the U.S. military going all over the world. You know.
Yeah.
You know, so. But at the same time, there's schools of thought that say, like, it's very popular now to say that you shouldn't intervene with anything, you know. But then there's other people who would say, well, you do have to intervene, because if you don't intervene, someone else will intervene, someone much worse than you. Like, and then the counterpoint to that, well, then that's just a reinforcing kind of cycle, and then you can counterpoint that as well. Well, it's all well and good to say that, but if, you know, if, like, in the example of, like, if instead of the British Empire expanding, it was the Russian Empire expanded, you know?
Yeah.
Well, what would the world look like then? You know, that's these kind of ideas.
There's so many things
because
there's so many things about when I was younger, I really appreciated English literature and the clothing and there's so much about England that I admire, I have to say, and I love that Edwardian period I just adore it. It's delicious. But there's so many lovely, beautiful things about Russian and their style. It's so sad. It's so sad that all this.
Why can't wars be like fought between presidents?
Yeah, right.
So like president.
There
like
you go.
Trump versus Putin in a boxing ring.
Yeah,
they fight it out, and then whoever wins, then...
Well, there's a video, this is how far I go back. There was a band called Frankie Goes to Hollywood, and there was a song called When Two Tribes Go to War, One is all that you can score. and they basically had, I think, Gorbachev and Reagan in a ring fighting.
Oh, right, okay.
But yeah, look, you know, it's so kind of like... cyclical, all this stuff, just wars again.
But,
and I mean, men are the. But then again, I can't even resolve a stupid little conflict in a study room. So how do we expect? Well, it's interesting.
These centuries old conflicts to be solved just like that.
Well, there's lots of hormones flying around in these universities. All these young men, little rutting stags. But it is some fucking thing to be woken up from, to be sleeping somewhere and thinking that you can tell people in a library. I mean, that defies logic to me. He's some fucking Egypt. Can I also, talk about something more important? My self-tapes. And it's funny, as an actor or as a budding actor.
Finally.
Or as an out-of-work actor. I'm a lot of things. One of them is an out-of-work actor. Thank you. But you see yourself up close, and you see your wrinkles and the skin and the quality of skin and the looseness. The elasticity is starting to go, and then I'm looking at my hair, and I've got a bald patch on the top, and I'm thinking I think I want to go to Turkey, Daniel, and get my hair done, and then because Daniel said it's quite emotional getting it done, is it?
Well,
what's emotional about it?
I don't know. It's just like it's intense. I mean, it can be a long procedure, like 6 or. I mean, I think Johnny O'Reilly. How long did he do it for?
Oh yeah, that's right. He
had a long 9 hours, I think.
Yes.
So it can be long, and you can feel every follicle being put into your head.
Yeah, but they give you a local anesthetic.
Yeah, you don't, but you still feel it, like,
right.
It's still quite like weird. It's like being.
Yeah. I have to get my teeth fixed. There's lots of things, and obviously I've stopped smoking and all that shit. But but you totally understand the horror of impending age, for especially and apparently more so for females actors. And I think you can see it. You can see because you can see in their facial expressions, the frozenness of the. As somebody said, describe Botox as a little fairy taking a shit on your forehead or something. It's just all frozen. But you can understand why, because you do get scrutinized a lot more intently as an actor. Especially in film. Go on, Daniel. Jack, what were you going to say? Sorry. Yeah, hello. Were you going to say
Is Daniel saying?
No. What were you going to say, Jack?
Oh, are you talking to me? Oh, no, well, I was just saying, it's sad that we can't just appreciate who we are, I mean, that's what it comes down to, really, isn't it? I mean,
do you mean appreciate the fact that as we get older we age? Well, I think in China they have much more respect for the elderly, don't they? Than we do here.
I mean, it's a bit of a sweeping generalization.
I think in Japan they do. They respect the elderly, don't they? They bow. The older you are, you bow lower to someone who is older than you.
We should do a world tour, guys. We should do a world tour. You, me, Hannah, Jack. And just go. We just do Beijing, for a week. Tokyo for a week. Did it for a week. You know what I mean? Do a month tour. China. That'd be cool.
Go to Point Nemo.
Where's Point Nemo?
It's the most isolated point in the world.
Yeah, is it?
Yeah, it's like a place in the Pacific where it's like 1,200 kilometers
from anywhere.
From anywhere, yeah.
And surely people don't live there.
No, I don't think so. No, it's just.
What's the most remote place where people actually live? Is it Christmas Island or something?
more in northern Canada or something? Or?
No, I mean an island.
Oh, an island.
Like in the Pacific or somewhere like that. It is incredible.
I don't know.
It is incredible that people fetch up in places. And well, wasn't there that thing, the Mutiny on the Bounty, where these guys... Was it Christmas Island? Where Fletcher and Christian... And then they had loads of kids or something, huh? What?
Oh yeah. There's the movie about it.
Yeah.
And he's like, he stays on the island, and the guy's getting an inquest back home. That's a great movie. I think it's Mel Gibson.
Mutiny on the Bounty. Yeah. But can you imagine, like you've been in one of these ships for months, and then you land on this island and those gorgeous native women. And you must have thought you were in heaven. And then they said, right, back in the...
the Admiral's going, golden country.
Right, back in the boats. Are you out of your fucking mind? I'm not going back in the boats at all. I've been riding this young one. Anyway, how long have we been broadcasting, Daniel?
47 minutes.
Feels longer. Jackie, well, look, like just... When's sooner unschooled?
Well, listen.
You've got another. How many? Oh, by the way, and if you get all angry, that's what we're here for. Call me, or call uns.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I know you're not.
I'm just relaying one moment of an issue. It's like I was listening about, like referees in football. You never hear about all the good calls they make. You only hear about the bad ones. That's
Jack,
what I'm like.
Hey Jack, Daniel, have you got the Incredible Hulk theme? Because this is like that. Have you got the Incredible Hulk theme on your phone, and can you play it on Bluetooth? Oh no, if you then you'd knock him off the Bluetooth.
Yeah,
right, shit. Okay, well I'll put this in later.
I don't even know what the Incredible Hulk theme is. Like.
Oh well, this is again. I'm showing my age. When we were kids, like in the 80s. Shh, the Incredible Hulk.
Is that with
Bruce Banner?
Who was playing Incredible Hulk?
Oh, this is when Lou Ferrigno.
Yeah, Lou Ferrigno. Yeah. Yeah, that's a while back.
Yeah. That's 1980 something. But this at that time, this was a Game of Thrones or whatever.
Yeah, right.
I mean, especially when you're a kid.
Yeah,
the idea of a guy walking around. And he'd get angry, and then his eyes would go. We'd just go, wow! And he'd turn into this giant fucking Hulk, and we'd all be jumping around outside pretending we were the Hulk. It's I remember. Sorry, I wanted to do that material. I wanted to talk about that. I've probably talked about this on the podcast before, but you see kids walking up the road, and they're so light, and they skip. Like you ever see kids skipping? And so they're in their heads, like for an adult to be so joyous and feel so good that you're skipping. Like kids are so in their heads, they're almost half in the air most of the time. They're just floating along and they're just dancing and skipping. It's incredible. And then, but what I'm trying to say is, and how light they must, like I'm working out and you see people jogging, but like how muscularly fit you must be to be just prance and dance, and they must feel so light, and it's without any effort. So they're, just being a kid is so amazing, and we just need to protect that part of people's lives.
We should normalize skipping, though. I think more
for adults.
Yeah.
Remember we did that in France, Daniel?
Yeah, we were skipping. Yeah.
Yeah. We were like walking to this sandy beach, and we were talking about how skipping is like the most efficient way a human can travel on 2 feet.
Oh.
Well, I
heard something like that, and we started skipping, and it felt pretty efficient.
I wonder. Yeah, is it like? Would you? Yeah, I'd say you get fairly tired.
Yeah, it feels better than running anyway.
It's funny, the way they have the fast walking, fast walking competition. Why don't they do fucking skipping competition, like where you skip?
Yeah.
On your marks, get set, skip.
Yeah, I think there needs to be a lot more respect.
But I mean, I just need to work on that more. Like, where does an adult's head need to be where they would just skip? In Ireland, it would be like, I guess, I just won money. If you bought money, if you won money.
I think if you were frivolous enough, you could skip for no reason.
No, yeah, sorry, go on. But maybe skipping, if it reverses engineers. Like if you skip, it's just going to make you feel good. Well, movement makes you feel good because it pumps the blood around your fucking body better.
It's always raining here, and I was cycling over a bridge, and there was this lady who had earphones in, and she was just singing real loud, kind of dancing around on the bridge. That's what kind of like adults do to try and, lose that sense of self-importance. That's what it is.
Jack probably went up. Excuse me, this is a public area. Do you mind? Not.
What the?
No, that's the other guy. That would have been the other.
That would be that guy.
Yes. I'm sorry. I know you're right. I realised that as I was saying, but I know what you mean. And was she singing in tune?
No, but no, I don't know. Probably not. Maybe she was. I don't know what's in tune or not in tune. So
are you? Where are you sitting now, Daniel? Jack?
I'm just on a bench.
Where?
Beside a kennel.
Yeah, beside the kennel. So are you in central Amsterdam there?
No, I'm like west. Well, yeah, like near enough. Like approaching there. I'm beside near Erasmus Park.
How far away from Dom Square or Leidseplein?
I'm about 8 minutes cycle from Leidseplein.
Oh, cool. That's where me and your mother met. That's where me and your mother met. Okay, well, listen. 32.
Is mother still in there?
Mother will be back later on this evening.
Okay, right. She's been gallivanting.
Shadows and dust.
Do you see? I said gallivanting because they pronounce V as a B in Spain.
Okay.
Oh, did anyone watch Gladiator 2?
Yeah, rubbish.
No.
Really? Yeah.
Did you see it?
I refuse to watch it.
Did you see it, Jack?
Yeah.
Did you?
No, no, that's my Bible. I'm not going to like.
I wouldn't say watch it. I see what they were trying to do, but they were sort of the first Gladiator had such an impact, and it was so great, and I think clearly Russell Crowe. I mean, he blew the doors off that role he played, didn't he?
Yeah.
And this guy,
I mean,
well, what's his name? The guy took over?
Paul Mescal.
Paul Mescal.
Yeah. I mean, I described it as, when you have a dream and then you wake up and you try to go back to the dream and it's never as good. And so that's how it felt. It was just like, come on. That's like that's a nod to the original.
There was a dream that was Gladiator.
So.
God.
Oh, God, what?
I just heard Daniel said there was a dream that was Gladiator. Is that what they said? That?
No. I was just.
No. But can I do a spoiler alert? Can I do a spoiler alert now?
Yeah.
So Paul Mescal.
Just.
Huh? What's he saying? What happened? Oh, God. What happened, Jack? What happened with Jack?
I don't know. Lost connection. Maybe his battery ran out.
Oh yeah, that's true. I'll call him again. What is it? Hannah's just landed what's up? Look. Check, Daniel, you're breathing very heavily. Come on. Jackie. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Well, quick spoiler alert. Okay, so can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, so Paul Mescal's character is Marcus Aurelius's son. Is Russell Crowe's character's son.
Oh yeah, that's not Marcus Aurelius, but anyway.
Oh, what's Russell Crowe's character's name in the original?
Maximus.
Maximus Decimus. Yes.
But Maximus' son is dead.
No, but he had another son, didn't he, with your one? Anyway,
no, he didn't. Well, he never had sex with her. That's
did you see Gladiator 2, Daniel?
No.
Okay, well that's what I understood. That there was some secret son or some hidden love child.
That's disgusting. That's literally disgusting because Maximus wouldn't do that.
What's disgusting?
Because It is disgusting because the whole thing. Okay, Maximus, he kissed this woman, the Commodus's sister. He kissed her. They had a nice passionate kiss, but he never like had sex with her because Maximus had his wife that was killed and his son that was killed, and his whole thing was going back to them. It wasn't having like an illegitimate child with the sister of Commodus. That just completely takes away from the nobleness of Maximus.
The nobleness. Years after Gladiator 2 film said, years after witnessing the death of Maximus at the hands of his uncle, Lucius must enter the Colosseum after the powerful emperors of Rome with rage in his heart in the future. What will be the story? Was Lucius... Paul Mescal's Gladiator 2 character appears in the first movie. Oh yes, here's a refresher on... Oh, that's right, yeah. So that little boy that appears in the first movie is Russell Crowe's character's son.
Okay. Well, no, but that's not true because is it true? But the sister who had the mother of the son had a husband who died, or maybe that just it doesn't make sense because then he would have become the next emperor anyway. And
makes it clear in the movie that Lucius is Maximus' son. Anyway, the point is that Maximus, then Maximus is all kind of, I don't care, fuck off, you're not my mom, and then he kind of finally does. But he's trying to, it's kind of like, righting the wrongs perpetrated against Maximus, and it's sort of just, it feels like a lot weaker. Doesn't it? Oh, nobody else saw it. Anyway, but maybe I'm older. Maybe it's not made for me. I think if these...
So who's the son? I still don't get it because if it's
Paul Mescal's character is Maximus' son.
Is he the emperor then of Rome?
No, he's also he's also a slave. Oh jeez!
So who did Maximus just have this random woman he impregnated?
Daniel, Jack, look. To be honest with you, I checked out of the film. I couldn't really watch it. I just thought, oh no. There was all these kind of weird references, or it sort of had. It was the same map as the first movie, but it just didn't have the. I mean,
was
it just
Denzel
shows
Washington any good?
Yeah, I mean, look, Denzel Washington is a genius actor, and he's going to do the best he can everywhere. But it just didn't matter. It just didn't. Nah, no. Gladiator 2 for me was like no. Anyway, where you going now? We should do movie reviews, although I'm shite at them because if they're no good, I can't watch them. So then I'd be no good at telling you why I didn't like them. But I kind of did give a good. I explained why. I think people say like if a sequel isn't written, as part of the first, if it's written just because the first one was successful, the sequel is very rarely any good.
Yeah. Well, that's why they did it. The film studios was like, yeah, that first one was great. The second one, it doesn't really matter if it's good or not because we're going to make a shit ton of money because the first one was so good.
Yeah, pity. Jack, what are you doing now?
I'm just going home. Going to have an early night.
All right,
some present. Yeah.
Okay, and just be cool. Be Jack. Be a jazz band. That's your original. I know, but that's your original. Who you really are.
Yeah.
You've turned into the Incredible Hulk. That's going to be your theme tune now. That's going to be your theme tune. Do 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 do.
I'm angry because I'm sad, and I'm sad because I'm angry.
Oh God! Just be.
Do you know that guy who goes, I'm sad because I'm lost in Paris.
Oh yeah, the fat bastard.
Yeah.
All right, Junkie. Mbappe. Daniel says Mbappe's...
All right, Griezmann and Mbappe.
Mbappe's not doing so well, Daniel. Is that right, Daniel?
Yeah. Well, he's having a hard time integrating into Real Madrid. Apparently.
Okay. Is the camera on you now when you were saying that?
No.
Why not?
I don't know.
Are you tired now?
No, I'm fine.
All right. All right, Jack. Yeah. Huh?
David wanted you to say yes so that he can say, okay, we'll finish.
Okay. Listen, congratulations on the 100th episode. Yeah, keep your shit together, Jack. And okay, Daniel.
Love and peace and love.
Yeah, Daniel, do you want to say something to your brother? Some advice?
Stay cool, brother. Stay cool.
Okay.
Thank you, bro.
Loads of love, Jack. See you. Talk to you soon. Okay.
Love yous.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye. So it's interesting. This guy Kylian Mbappe, he's probably one of the best players in the world, right? If not the best.
Yeah.
Is he?
Yeah.
Is he?
I mean, yeah, he's up there, yeah.
And so up until the point he changed to Real Madrid, was he playing great?
Yeah, well, because he was the main star of the team. So
which team?
PSG.
So it's funny, isn't it? So there's a psychological factor in this that must be very important.
Yeah. It's all these storylines going on at the same time, different teams. It's very, it's...
You love your football, don't you?
Yeah, I mean, I do. I enjoy the kind of the drama around it, and yeah, all the.
So your favorite team is still.
Yeah, still Man United.
Yeah. Well, yeah. People don't change teams, do they?
No, you would be marked as like a fake fan if you decide, or a plastic fan if you decide to just change teams.
Have you been to Old Trafford?
Yeah, I've been to Old Trafford.
With who?
With Jack and Barry. I
think. Right.
Yeah.
Was it amazing?
Yeah, it was really cool. Yeah.
What age were you?
It would have been like probably, I don't know, maybe 2008, 2009 or something.
Yeah.
So I don't know exactly what age it was.
And all the atmosphere, really, the build-up is just as exciting, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, like once they get going and the chants and everything and all the crowd. And
I mean, it's a stadium. It's gladiator, really, isn't it? Without the blood.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Okay. Look. We Hannah's going to be in the next episode. I mean, I tried to get guests, but they don't. It's just a hassle. But I love doing it with Daniel and Jack. I'll be honest, folks. And well, look, thank you very much for the 100th episode. And I think we'll do a proper Well, we've I don't know. I had this idea that it was going to be really special, and we'd have Willa White and Eric Lawler here.
Well, the next one will be really special.
Well, this was really special. 100th episode. Thanks very much, folks, for tuning in. Like and subscribe and all that shite. I will be performing. You can go on my website, davidmacsavage.com. I'll be doing. I'm on comedy tour at the moment. Got a big gig coming up, January the 24th in 3 Olympia. Yeah. Thank you.
But the rain is on its way. Watch the